Thanks for stopping by at Twisted Art Designs. Today I'm going to show the next collection in the Justine Paper Doll Adventures. This one is Justine's Beach Adventure. So there will be a link in the description box below where you can find this paper doll collection, and you do need to purchase the base set and the hairstyles so that you'll have a body and hairstyles to play with and arms and things. But this collection does have a pair of legs that has flip-flops, so that's a little bit different, and then things that you can decorate and create this fun day at the beach scene for Justine. So as with any of my other paper doll collections, they do come in colored and black and white, so you get both. The black and white you can print and print it on your favorite paper, mixed media, watercolor paper, any kind of paper you want. I suggest a cardstock or paper that's 110 pound or heavier. Makes a nice stiff image, and I do print these on an inexpensive printer. I put one sheet in the printer and it prints out just fine. This is a 120 pound cardstock. It's like a cardstock cover for reports, and I'll put a link for that if you're interested in looking for this bright white heavy duty cover paper that I print onto. But you can print it onto anything you like, color them yourselves and design them yourself, or if you just like to cut them out and assemble them, I've already pre-colored these images and you can play around with those that are already pre-done. So now I'm going to go ahead and create a couple of fun paper dolls using this collection. So I will make Justine and her friends enjoy the beach, and then I'll come back and show you some decorating ideas. So let's get started and have some fun. So I'm going to use the board shorts and the feet with flip-flops. So from the base kit, I need the thighs that would go with legs that are movable. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these pieces out, and then I'll show you how to assemble this. So I've cut out the torso body and the top of the board shorts. Here are the bottom part, the thighs, and the legs with the flip-flops. So what you do for assembling this, I made this kind of unique so that the clothing will move with the doll. The first thing you're going to want to do is use your paper piercer and put the lower legs onto the upper legs. So poke your holes and put your little brad through. So the bottom part of the leg goes over the top part, and then you put your little brad in just like that to make the leg. So next what you want to do is put the board shorts are going to go over the legs like this. And so you're going to glue this down to the top part of the leg, but not from about here down, because you want this to be able to still move like that. So just glue 3/4 of the way up and glue these two pieces to the upper thighs, but leave that space, the quarter part at the bottom part, not glued. So just put your glue on. Leave a space at the bottom, that's where the brad can still move, and then glue the piece pants to the legs just like that. And it's kind of nifty because it covers the brad. You don't see the brad, but the leg moves, so that's pretty nifty. So do that to both legs. Okay, so next what you're going to do is you're going to take your paper piercer and you're going to poke the hole in the torso. Actually, put the leg over like that first. It works much better. Line it up, flip it over, and you can make your hole through both pieces at the same time, like that. So you're going to poke through, and the pants are going to be behind. So do that on the other side too. Line it up. Poke your hole. And then put it together with your brads. So when you put this together, your brad is going to go through the torso first, and then the leg goes behind, and then spread out your brad. So it'll look like this. Then the last part is going to be putting this part onto the body. So again, you're going to glue it down, but you're not going to glue it where those little brads are, because you just don't want to impede the movement. So put your glue around the top, a little bit in the middle. Put your glue like that. Put it into place, glue it on. Then you just kind of have to press down until it dries a little bit. Now I'm going to take some striped twine. This is blue and white striped twine. And I'm just going to tie a double knot to make kind of a big fluffy knot in the middle. I'm not going to tie it too tight because I want it to be kind of big, and I'm going to put a dot right here. So you don't have to do that because the drawstrings on the little board shorts are drawn on there for you, but I just think having little embellishments is so much fun. So I'm just gluing on some little drawstrings. Like that. So when you put these on now, you don't see the brads. The legs move, they bend, they move with the board shorts. So if you assemble it that way, look how cute that is. And she's got her little flip-flops on. That little bandeau top is on the original torso, and I like it. I think I'm going to just leave it, not even put a bikini on her, just leave that cute little bandeau top on this one. Lots of things you can do. They're very versatile, but look at how cute those board shorts are. So for things like this, I'm going to put the bucket in her hand. What I like to do is to take an exacto knife when there's something skinny like this, and I cut out that center section before I trim out the handle of the bucket. That keeps you from maybe tearing something that's skinny. So that's just a little tip. Use your exacto, cut out the center while it's a whole piece, and then cut out the rest of the image. So if you cut that out first, and then trim out the edge of the handle, it's just a lot more sturdy than if you cut out the handle and then you try to cut out that little center part. So now the handle is sturdy. And I always use brush markers to go along those edges and get rid of the white edge. I just think it makes a nicer finished look. So the bucket is blue, I'm using a blue marker, and around the handle I'll use a yellow, just to get rid of that white edge. And just for fun, I'm going to add some sand to the bucket. It already looks cute as is with the sand in it, but I like to take some real sand and just add a little bit of glue and sprinkle on some sand and let it dry. Use my little tidy tray. And add some sand to the bucket. Like that. And then after it dries, I like to take just a little dab of varnish and a brush, and I just dab varnish over that sand. And that'll keep it from coming off. When it dries, it'll stay put. The sand will stay put on the bucket, and it won't be, you won't find little chunks of sand here and there. So just put a little varnish over it. The varnish will dry clear, and the sand will stay put. Just like that. For the beach towel, I'm going to go ahead and use my exacto to cut out that centerpiece. And then I'm going to go ahead and trim out the rest. And when I cut this out, I am going to cut up and across that line. This line right here, I cut across that because I'm going to slip this over her arm and make it look like the beach towel is hanging on her arm. So here's the beach towel, and what I like to do with that is to slip her arm through it like this. So you just slip that beach towel over her arm like that, and then I'm going to glue it in place behind the upper arm so it stays put, and it looks like her beach towel is over her arm. Super cute. So here's the girl. I put a shovel in her hand and the bucket in the other hand, the sand bucket, and the ponytail, the little towel over her arms. She's got her flip-flop legs and her board shorts. So that's that one. And then for this one, for the hat, what you want to do is pick out your hairstyle, put the hairstyle on. I did the double ponytail, and I put one ponytail behind the shoulder and one in front. You can do it any way you want. And then for the hat, you're going to want to just put her head like this, and you can decide if you want her some of her bangs to show or not. So you just kind of set her where you think you want the hat on her head, and then take a pencil and you're just going to kind of mark a little pencil line here and here, and then you're going to take your exacto knife and you're going to cut that line with an exacto knife. You could cut the whole thing, but you don't need to. You just need it big enough to slip her head in there, and then I'd go a little bit past. So cut that line, and then you can erase your little pencil marks. And then you can slip her head into the hat. See? Look at how cute that looks. Oh my gosh, darling. I love the hat on her head. And then when you get it where you want it, you can tip it any way you want it, get it looking the way you want it. And then you just would put your glue underneath to hold it in place. And look how cute that is. So I went into my little envelope here looking for which arms I want to use for her and what she's going to be holding in her hands. And I just wanted to show that what I have is business size envelopes, and I have accessories, arms, bodies, clothes, Easter, fairy, hairstyles, hats, legs, mermaids, and shoes. So it's easy when you buy the collections and kits to just kind of cut them apart a little bit and stick them in the envelopes, and then work out of your envelopes as you're creating your dolls. So that's just a suggestion. So I went into my little envelope for arms, and I've selected movable arms for both sides of her because she's going to be holding things. So now I'm going to trim those out and put them together and attach them to her body. So this one's got a one-piece bathing suit that you just glue on over the top of the body, and then her arms put together. I've got her holding a ice cream cone in this hand. For assembling and putting on the legs with the bathing suit ones, you put the legs behind, not on top. And I made the color of her flip-flops match her bathing suit. And then I'm going to put the floaty, the rubber ducky floaty on her. So it's got a slit. You cut the back slit and slide it around her waist. And then you can glue it into place, or you can just put it on her and it'll stay on, and you can take it off again. And I'm putting her arm around her bendable arm, so look at how cute that is. She's got her floaty and her ice cream cone. Super, super cute. So you could glue that in place, or you can just put it on and then you can take it off again. I think that's what I would do, is not glue it in place, and that way you can change it up. And the last thing I'm going to show is the sunglasses. So I have a little tip. I have shown in previous videos about putting plastic behind the lenses to make glasses, but now we're going to make some sunglasses. So the first thing you want to do is to take an exacto knife and trim out just the center part of the glasses. Next, you want to take a brush pen and go on the inside of the glasses so that it's not white. That's a really important step, because if it's white in there, it just doesn't look as nice. So fill that area in, just like that, with a brush pen. And these days, just about everything we purchase has plastic, so I save these plastic pieces from packaging and I use them to make glasses. So if you were going to just make these be eyeglasses, you would put that plastic behind and see how that makes that look like eyeglasses. For sunglasses, what you want to do is take an alcohol ink marker, so you could use a Copic, this is a Prismacolor Premier, any alcohol ink marker, and you're going to color that plastic with your alcohol marker. So you can pick any color you want, whatever color you want those lenses to be, to make them look like sunglasses. I'm going to color that and then let that dry. Now you're going to take this and turn it over and put glue on the back just around those holes that you cut. And you're going to glue that into place over the spot that you colored. So see how it made those lenses look like sunglass lenses. And you want to let that totally dry and then trim this piece out as one piece. So here's what they look like cut out. They've got their cute little lenses, and then I take a brush pen and go around that outside edge so it's not white. And then you can put them over your girl and glue them into place, and look, she has sunglasses. Pretty darn cute. So here's what I created with the collection, the beach collection, for Justine and her friend to have a day at the beach, an adventure at the beach. So I hope this gave you some fun ideas on some different decorating tips, with maybe putting sand in the bucket or putting lenses on the sunglasses, putting a little drawstring on the shorts. Just add your own flair and your own touch to these. I've designed them and created them so that you can use your own art supplies and mixed media to create your own paper dolls and make them special, make them your own, vary them up, and the kit will give you a base to start with, but then you can run with it and have some fun. Make that ice cream mint chocolate chip by coloring it green and using a brown Posca pen to add the chocolate chips. There's so many different things. You could put a bow on her hat. Just play it up and have fun with it. Another fun idea for how to change it up: with the black and white kit, cut these bathing suits out and use that as a template, put it over some really cute pattern paper, and you could have a striped bathing suit, a polka dot bathing suit. If you wanted to color it that way, you could color it that way, but you could use paper and use your decorative scraps of scrapbook paper to make these bathing suits into different style bathing suits by adding cutting them out of different papers, and use this as a template just to put it down and trace it and cut it out, and then you can make different styles of bathing suits. You could put little embroidery floss bows on the corners right here to make this string bikini have bows at the waists, at the hips. So there's so many different things that you could do to make this your own and play and have fun with it. There's a fun Facebook group that hopefully you'll want to join the Facebook group and show what you create. People are purchasing the kits, making them, doing some mixed media, fun decorations, things that I haven't done with them, putting their own flair on it, and they're posting pictures of what they're creating. So feel free to find that link in the description box below, join the Facebook group, and show what you create, because it's super fun. So I hand draw these kits. I don't use any digital artwork or any programs. They're all just hand sketched by me, and then I ink them and color them in and just try to create them to be really fun and interactive, but a great base for you to start with and then have fun and make them your own. So there will be a link in the description box for the base kit that has bodies, arms, and legs. There's a kit for different hairstyles. That's where these hairstyles came from. The ponytail on the top of the head and the two ponytails came from the hairstyle collection. And then this is a themed kit, so it's the Justine Paper Doll Adventures Beach Adventure. So I hope you had fun. Go make some paper dolls because art soothes the heart. Thanks for stopping by today.